recording cut out. We were just about to have a look at this pencil sharpener, make the hole and this cutout section for the blade, and we can potentially look at this pattern, this beveled part around here. So the first thing we're going to do is take cutout on the top, and we can simply click on this top face, press S, click on sketch. We can then go normal 2. And we can start building from here. Now, I've got to bear in mind that this is an angled face technically to the main part, so we might be left with something over here. Depending on our angle, we will see. So I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to, in fact, let's not start from that point. Let's try and get rid of any of the issues we have, and let's start from an overlap there. Drag up to here. Basic kind of shape that we've got. So we can constrain this and make those. We've got a few different options. We could make them, let's go vertical, no horizontal because of how we are positioned. Or actually, sorry, coincident is probably going to be best for us, isn't it? So join those two up. There we go. Let's dimension this line and let's make it, I guess, 9mm. And this, let me check, is 15, I believe. Down there it says 15. So we want from this line or this point to this point to be 6, half of 6 is 3, so we're going to be 3mm. This distance can still move, which is fine. Let's make this line or this line here. Let's go for 23, 24. Let's go a little bit further. Let's go 25. So that's all set up now. A few things we could do. We could add a 3-point arc to the end, then trim some stuff off. We could add a circle, tangentially constrain it to each point, and then we could again trim things. But it's probably just easiest to use a sketch fillet. Click once, click again. It's already done. Half of 9 is 4.5. Left mouse button, click again, left mouse button. All constrained, all black. We can right click and go confirm, escape fillet, and we're in a pretty good place, as we can see. So what we can do now is we're going to cut this away, so Shift E, and it's going to go and give us an add, but we want to remove it, so we take it there. The blade's pretty thin, so let's go 0.6mm and see how that looks. That's looking pretty good. We can green tick that, and that's a nice little slot section for us. If we have a look at this, that looks not too bad. So the next thing is to add the hole for the bolt that we want to attach. So we can select this face here and we can sketch on that face. Automatically gives us a plane to sketch onto, and we're going to go and add a point. Where are we going to put this point? Let's just go random for now. Let's go normal 2, and then we can dimension it. So we could dimension it probably from this left edge. It's going to be sensible. Let's go for 1.8mm. It's a guess, and let's dimension it from this origin midpoint, and let's go 0 so it lines up. In fact, we don't even need to dimension that, do we? Let's take that dimension away, and let's make this constraint horizontal. Getting messy. Why is it not giving us that vertical? Because we're on a different plane, horizontal this way. That's my fault. So because the sketch is oriented like this, sketch 6, that means it's horizontal across and not vertical, just so you are aware. Okay, so we've got that point, green tick that. Now we have a position for our hole. So we can go up to our hole wizard, I suppose you could call it, up here. And we can sketch points to place the hole. This is going to be where we place it. This might be a little bit tricky wanting a plane. In fact, just to save some problems, let's click on here and let's add a plane. It gives us an offset. If we go 0 to that plane, we now have a plane that we can use. Okay, so click on the hole again, and we have our point, which is that point just there. We are going to go for an M3. Let's go slightly smaller. Let's go for an M2 hole. Straight tap. We could do straight tap. That's absolutely fine. Thread class. We're going for normal. That's okay. M2. That's all good as well. Hole start plane is going to be this plane here. And you can see it's now got our threaded hole just like so. It's going down by 3mm. Doesn't need to be that far probably. Let's change that to 2. These sizes, this is the pitch of the the thread in terms of how far down the thread is going. That looks absolutely fine. It's got a little angled point at the bottom. I think we are pretty happy with that. So there is our hole, nice and easy. It's not getting in the way of this tapered cone. And now you could add a blade in as a separate part and a bolt as a separate part as well. So that is that for the hole and for the top part. If you wanted to then add some texture along the side here, there's a few different ways you could do it. Let's go on to, let's have a little look. If we get our planes back up, we could sketch onto this plane over here. We could go normal 2. We could get a circle up. So if we go sketch, get our circle tool by pressing C. Get our circle there. Let's make that 1.5. We could then dimension that from, say, this end point, make it 1 millimeter from this end point in terms of how far it's going. Let's go by 0.6. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Let's go 0.2. Let's bring this along. So let's make that 0.7. And then we could extrude that. We could remove it. So as you can see at the moment, it's only going in one direction. So if we go symmetric, that's fine. We could go through all, like so, green tick that. And now we have the start of this kind of fluted section. What we could do then, get rid of these planes just to make it a bit easier to see, is we could go up and we could use our curve pattern tool. We want a feature to pattern, which is going to be this part here. That is our feature to pattern. The path to pattern it along is going to be here. You can see it's gone to the end. I don't know how many we're going to need. Let's go 10. And we could probably do a few more. 14. That's not too bad. And then if we reapply the feature, it will make that work along this curve. Green tick it, and we have now got our pencil sharpener part. You can then mirror that about your middle plane, your right plane, and you'll be in a pretty good place. So that is how you make the basics of a pencil sharpener. I'm sure you can play around and add the blade yourself if you so wish. You could also get a custom bolt that you can get off somewhere like GrabCAD or an online library. Add that in, lots of options.